What's up, guys? Back with another video. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the red button, like the video as well, because this one is very important. And this topic, I just kind of thought about it and it came to mind when I was like, what should be the next installment of this series? And it just instant popped in my head. I'm like, consumerism, of course, consumerism. So why did I choose consumerism? You'll see in this video. So what's consumerism? It's really a direct and indirect way of telling societies and people to buy things, to buy goods and services. Now, consumerism, oftentimes when you hear it, it may get a bad rap, but it really helps contribute to economic growth. And, it allows money to circulate and jobs are created and new products are created based off of market demand, people wanting a certain thing, right? And a company being there to provide that. This is just at a grand, economic level, and it's dealing with purely like money and things like that. It's not really dealing with people, individuals themselves. How do they get affected by consumerism mentally and maybe sometimes even physically? What happens is people consume in order to be seen a certain way, as far as status. So we're status creatures. Humans are status creatures. We're like, who has more money than me? Who has less money than me? Who has a better spouse than me? Who has a better car? That's us. That's just what we do. Again, that's like an egoic thing. But this is what happens, and we consume to have to show that we're a certain way. When you're seen a certain way, you get treated differently, and it feels nice to be treated in a good way when you have nice things. But at the end of the day, it's pretty shallow. I want to be like this person because they have a Da Vinci jacket. I want to be like this person because they have this thing that I always wanted, Now, when I'm talking about consumerism, I want to make something clear. I'm not talking about the necessities of life. Like, you need a roof over your head, you need food, you need water, referencing Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Those basic needs at the bottom of that triangle is necessary. And you really shouldn't be worried about all the excess until you kind of get that figured out. And this video is not to say to not get nice things, not buy nice things. Are you kidding me? The types of cars I envision myself having in the future are really nice cars and very expensive. But I'm getting them for a certain reason. So when it comes to consumerism, I know you like to buy nice things. I like to buy nice things. But you have to ask yourself, why am I buying this thing? Is it a cherry on top of my life, or am I buying it in order for me to feel good about myself? Am I buying this item to fill a void, or am I buying this item to say, hey, let me just buy this. Maybe I'm rewarding myself for hard work. Maybe you are going really hard in your business and you're starting to see results and you want to reward yourself. Or maybe you've been sticking to a certain habit that you promised yourself you're going to stick to, and now you're rewarding yourself with a certain thing. So it's all about where it's coming from when it comes to consumerism. And consumerism, it started really way back, the Industrial Revolution. Basically, all of these goods and products were being produced, and it was so much stuff being produced that the demand wasn't even there anymore, because people were just bombarded with all this stuff that they feel like they didn't need. So these companies had to turn to propaganda and like really good advertising to get people to really buy into this product that they were persuaded that they needed. So that's the psychological aspect of it. These companies could have done two things: either throw away their products because no one's buying it, or go hard on marketing and advertising so that people do buy it, right? And it worked. To this day, consumerism is just so high. It's so high because these companies were able to tap into certain human drives, like I spoke earlier, the need for status and just these deep psychological drives that we have. So that benefits them and maybe the economy in the grand scheme of things. But what about you, right? You have to look out for yourself when you're being targeted with advertising all the time, because my business is advertising, right? I have a digital marketing business, and mostly business to business. But I know what concepts go down in marketing. I know the psychological aspects of marketing that work. And I know ones that are, to me, are like, okay, that falls in line with my ethics. And I know the other ones that are like, dude, I wouldn't even want to associate with the person that came up with that type of marketing campaign. Another thing with consumerism, I mean, throughout this video, I was mostly talking about tangible items, but consumerism can come down to media consumption as well. I mean, social media, the news, anything you really watch, television, documentaries, movies, these all have really subliminal things in them. I mean, you have to really be aware of what you're consuming and watching with your own eyes. What is going through your psyche on a day-to-day basis. I don't care how entertaining it is. Yes, there are a lot, like I can think off the top of my head, so many entertaining things that I would like to watch and that I have watched, but I don't watch them anymore because I thought to myself but I was just thinking about how they have me think, like, is this conducive for me? It's not. So like, I'm not going to watch it. So yeah, consumerism isn't just buying products. It can be also what you see, listen to, and hear on a day-to-day basis. A lot of times we consume the wrong things that will bring in things we don't want, like limiting beliefs into our psyche. And when you have limiting beliefs into your psyche, it can prevent you from going after certain goals that you want because you feel like, hey, this media outlet is saying, oh, you know, you're black, so you can't have this opportunity. You can't be successful here. You're Asian, so you can't be successful here. Oh, you know, oh, you have an injury, you have a disability of some kind. There's no way you can get that done. And really what you consume becomes kind of like your world. It's really the lens you start viewing everything through. So you have to really understand what you're consuming all the time. Also other people as well. You know, you don't know what other people are consuming. So the way they think, if it doesn't fall in line with yours, which is with how you think, which is totally fine. We don't have to all think the same. But if someone is radically different, if someone's thinking radically different from you, well, first of all, you can learn from that person. But second of all, they're probably consuming something that's radically different from what you were consuming. So they're really a product of that. I know that sounded like a pun, but it wasn't a pun. But you get my drift here. Another thing with consumerism and my problem with it is it causes a lack of long-term gratification and it promotes instant gratification. I made a video about my issue with instant gratification in that you can't stick to a certain path for long enough. What I mean by that is instant gratification trains your brain to want dopamine and benefit now, right? So when you go to do things that can help you in the long term, maybe starting a diet, exercising, starting a business, investing your money, or working on your social skills, working on your spirituality, like I talk about on my channel, you can't really stick with it because you're like, where's my payoff? Where's my payoff? Where's my payoff? Oh, I've been going at this for a month. Where's my payoff? I've been going at this for 2 months. Where's my payoff? You're hungry for that payoff because you're trained that through your constant consumption that, hey, I need to have this payoff as fast as possible, as quickly as possible. So this creates a generation of people with short attention spans and instant gratification culture. And that is the antithesis of success because the amount of focus and long-term gratification you need for success in almost any field is insane. So in a nutshell, consumerism, it's not entirely bad. It can help economies really grow, provide jobs, and product creations and all that. But you have to understand what position your consumption is coming from. Is it a void you're filling, or is it a, hey, I'm just rewarding myself, or hey, it's nice to have this thing. It's nice to have nice things every now and then. And also consumerism can be media consumption as well. You have to be so aware of what you're listening to and watching because that is really what's going to shape you and is what's going to enter your subconscious mind. And you don't know the amount of limiting beliefs that can come from the certain things you consume, the amount of limiting beliefs that can get creative, which I'll make another video on in the future. That video is coming up very soon, actually. And I'll also say, you know, be a producer. Like, be someone that gives out value. Be someone that creates something that other people can benefit from. I think that can contribute to a sense of purpose in life, a sense of great life meaning that you have, because you're creating something that is just benefiting the world. Maybe you're not even getting paid for it, but you just enjoy doing it. And it's a great feeling to have. Yeah, that's Understanding People Part 13. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button as well. Share the video, comment below. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.